Paid family and medical leave is now the law in Oregon. That also means you'll probably notice a slight decrease in your next paycheck, since a new payroll deduction will pay for that leave.
Fox 12's Marilyn Deutsch is standing by live to tell us about the new law. And Marilyn, it goes into effect today, but employees won't be able to actually take advantage of the new law until September, right?
Yeah, it's a little confusing, but the payroll deduction starts with your first paycheck of the new year. It's about 1% of your gross income. However, the state needs time to build up funds to pay for paid family leave, and so they figure they won't have enough funds until September, some 8 months from now. The law was passed in 2019. At that time, Oregon was just the 9th state in the nation to offer paid family and medical leave. Now about 13 states offer up to 12 weeks paid leave, which is what Oregon's law is going to do. That's up to 12 weeks paid leave for new parents, but it also applies for workers who get sick or workers who need time off to care for a family member who is sick. That Oregon law is considered one of the most progressive. It offers low-wage workers 100% wage replacement. And the law covers victims of domestic violence and sexual assault as well. In 2019, a Salem woman told us why she thought the law was necessary after she was very ill and her mom's job was threatened.
The stress and uncertainty that this chronic illness brought to my family was devastating. My mother, who is a farm worker, single mother, had to figure out how to take care of me and my siblings.
The law also covers undocumented immigrants and part-time workers. But again, while the new law went into effect yesterday, January 1st, the money will not be there to pay for this leave until September. Now, if you're wondering just what it's going to cost you, again, it's about 1% of your gross income, and that will just be a payroll deduction. Reporting live, Marilyn Deutsch. Good day, Oregon.